to, I think it's 14 antennas, all through the RF kit amplifier. And the internal antenna tuner is good for like a 3-to-1. It's like a rig internal antenna tuner, but legal limit. So it's great for cleaning up the band edges. I use it with a G5RV. I have a 80-meter doublet. And I also have a 160-meter inverted L. And, it'll work with all those as well as the ground-mounted Hustler 5 BTV vertical, which is pretty much resonant everywhere. But, again, it cleans up the edges. And the 80 meters I don't even really try. So that's pretty much the story here, Joe. Let me kick it over there to KI8D and 3FMC in the group.
KI8D in the group. Thank you there, Jeff. And hello to John and hello to Greg. We'll remind both of you guys that we have chatted before on 3940. John, I'm the retired Estes driver, if you can recall. I think we had one longer conversation, at least once, on 3940. So good to hear you. Both of you guys being in Cuyahoga Falls, blasting in here into Cleveland, about 20 over, yourself and Greg. So it sounds real good. It sure sounds like Jeff's got the right amp for your needs, that's for sure. That way you can do a lot of different tweaking from your mobile, for sure. I'm using the ALS 600, and even though this one's not capable of it, but the bigger ones have the band, the attachment where you can, follow your rig, But certainly sounds like the RF kits or RS kits, whatever that one is. Sounds like it's really made for what you want to do there. So let me throw it over to Greg. So W8JB in the group. Here's Kilo India 8 Delta. Oh, go ahead there, Greg.
Yeah, okay, very good, Ed. I think both of us, John and myself both, have a lot in common with both you guys. I've got one of each, I guess I could say. I got the 7300 back last October, and I picked up the FTDX10 this past weekend at the Hamfest. But I had a couple questions there for you there, Ed, in regards to the ICOM, because it sounds like you're doing remote and you're running software with it. I also have an ICOM 756 that I came from originally with the monochrome monitor. And there's a CT17 that was sold, and I'm a little bit unclear of what all that involved. There's what they call a CT17 converter, I think it's called, box, and then there's a CT17 cable that goes from the old ICOM into a computer, and then you run a program, I believe. And that's what I was thinking of doing, was trying to get the Ham Deluxe or something. There's a program you can get that will support the 756, but I've never had it remote. So I wonder if you have any information or know anything about that radio in particular, because the monitor's got 6 lines on it, and I don't know how much longer it's going to hold up. And once the monitor goes out, the radio's pretty much trash unless you have a program that you can run it through that allows you to see the radio scope and function it through the computer, if you know what I'm saying. So I would like to buy that CT17 cable and then run a program with it. And if it'll allow me to use that computer as my screen when the screen goes bad on the radio, that would be nice, and it would deem the radio still usable. So you might want to comment on that. Anything you know about in that regards. With that, let me send it back over there to Jeff, and I'll let you pick it up. I don't want to hold it too long, but I was interested in knowing what you might give me a little more information about your 7300 and remote operation with it, what you're doing, and if you know anything about possibly being able to use my 756 on a computer with some kind of interface cable. So you can address that if you don't mind there, Ed. So with that, back over there to you, Jeff. M3F, or maybe I should just go ahead and send it to John, and then he can kind of get his question out of the way if he has one for you there, Jeff, and then you can keep it going back this way. So W8JOD to pick it up, W8 Golf Bravo, bye.
All right, very good, Greg. So hopefully I get decent signal across town from what I did last night. And the amplifier was in operate mode, but the amplifier went into load fault. So hopefully, what I did today fixed it. I'm not sure. I had to run out the door. I was running late after the storm passed and everything. I reconnected and all that. And I didn't get a chance. So hopefully they kick out and go to load fault. And hopefully I get a pretty decent signal across town. So with regards to RF kit, so I talked to two people. There is the handset, local handset, and they highly recommended it. And you guys are highly recommending it. So, and I see also on eBay that there's like a 4.8, 4.9 review. A lot of people are happy with it. It is a little bit on the higher pricey side, price side. But then again, we get the Mercury. It doesn't have the antenna tuner with it. The Expert, there's been issues with that, but I guess every amplifier might have an issue. It just might be a bad solder joint or whatnot. So it seems like everybody's happy with the RF kit. So let's see here. I guess I'll send it over to Ed. Go ahead and pick it up. This is W8JOD mobile here, your Youngstown, Ohio operating remote.
Okay, Jed. W8JOD, Kilo India 8 Delta. Well, Greg, the only thing I can tell you that I'm familiar with a little bit. Certainly your CT17 cable. That's your cat control cable. So that'll be the cable that'll interface to your computer and whatever other interface that you have in between to go into your computer, unless that particular cable has USB under. I'm not familiar with that cable exactly, but that was definitely going to need that for remoting that 756. A couple of different software programs that you might want to look into. One is WFview, VIEW, Whiskey Fox View, and the next one would be Win4ICOM, WIN, the number 4, ICOM, ICOM. What I am using with this Remote TX program that will not work with your 756. This gentleman that writes the software for that remote system that I use, he has to own radios in order to write the software, and he has it written for probably about 10 different radios or so, 8 or 10. But that one, from my recollection, is not one of them. That's one of the older generation. Most of the ones that he has written for would be like your FDDX10, the ones that have a sound card built in or USB port coming out of it. So hopefully that answers your question. And so I'll throw it back over to Jeff, N3FMC from Kilo India 8 Delta and the group.
Oh, very good there, Ed, N3FMC and the group. Well, it's good to know there, Ed. I made a note about the remote software as well. With my Yaesu FTDX10, I do have Win4 Yaesu, It's the same guy that does wind for ICOM, and the wind for Yaesu seems like a